Hello my beauts, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here or you've pre this channel before and you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and press the notification bell so you don't miss when I drop my weekly videos. This vlog is a bit of a different one. I went to a women's network brunch and I really wanted to share some of the words of wisdom that I will drop by the women on the panel and just share the day with you. I hope it encourages and blesses you and serves as a reminder to not give up.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. This is going to be an event, as I said, we're going to be interactive and we're going to talk and we're going to express ourselves this morning. So I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming. We're all going to share a panel each, which is interesting for us. Yes. We're going to share a panel each. Ruby's going to do Maximising Your Potential. We're going to have a little mini break. You can go get some brows. If you want to get your brows done, girls, make sure you head over there. You can grab some snacks and stuff. Then we're going to go into confidence in your career with me. Then we're going to go into lunch where you can get your brows done again and get some.
Everyone here is lit. Everyone here is lit. So everyone on this panel specifically is really lit.
My background has always been in managing talent, so I had the experience there, but the catalyst in starting my own business, I guess, was in the pandemic because we all had time to think and breathe a little bit more because we were all sat at home. I actually feel like having no noise surrounding me, sat in the office, leaning too much into other people's opinions and you can get sucked into that, so you can ask, do you think this is the right decision? You can go around with friends. Actually, when we were enclosed with just our own company, you kind of got out the noise, and I think that's where you see your full potential, because there was other reasons as to why I kind of started a business, and that actually, as soon as we're all here and I'm speaking to a black female audience, I'll tell the story. At my previous agency, so I'd done 2.5 years at a wonderful place like Leila, but I had been pushing for a more diverse roster. Everyone on that talent roster was white and middle class, and I'm from Bradford. I'm definitely not middle class. My dad's from the Caribbean. I am very British, and my kind of experience as a British mixed race woman was not reflective of anything kind of I see on that roster of people. And where there's a bit of a disconnection, you're managing people, but they don't really know your experience, and you can't really connect with them. So yeah, kind of pushing for a more diverse roster of talent there, but it wasn't really working. I was very junior. Moved into a different role at an influencer marketing platform, where they were like, come on board, procure your roster of talent, great. Started seeing more black families, the Cabs family, and then this wardrobe, we were managing some really great talent, but again, people who were at the top of the business, just a massive disconnect of those talent. And it was within the pandemic, they had these two CEOs moved to LA, two white men, and it was the resurgence of the BLM movement after the death of George Floyd. And I remember being on one phone call where they said that was really causing an issue because they couldn't get to their beach house that weekend. And that was just that was like the final straw, like a long string of trying to connect with these people. And so Season 25 was born off the back of that whilst at home during the pandemic.
When I first started in PR, I was in fashion and then I went into beauty, and I got the opportunity to work for one of the biggest agencies. So they represented Fenty, they represented like Revlon, and it was incredible. And I just remember going in there feeling like I wasn't good at what I did. And I knew I was really good at what I did, but it was just like, there was no one cheering for me from the sidelines. And then I met you guys at Vamp'S, and I met loads of people, and I'm like, oh my God, you're doing such incredible things. And I was just like, but there isn't anyone like championing me like other black women did, and like really highlighting like what I was doing. And then I remember meeting a few other black PRs, just like through email, like comms and stuff. And I started this WhatsApp group, and it was just like black PRs and black journalists. And we just like, we talked about like what's happening at work and things like that. And then I quickly realized, for me to see people that look like me within the industry, I'm gonna have to make it happen. I'm gonna have to bring people in, and I have to give back. I think no matter what you do, like no matter how successful you are, you have to give back, and you have to give people equal opportunities. And I'm a big believer in nepotism. Like, if I could bring anybody in, why not? Especially using the skills And they all use nepotism in this industry. Like everybody I work with has like, it's this girl who was like head of accounts and now she's an account manager. So that's kind of like how So You Want To pretty much started because I believed in nepotism. So I ended up just doing like a few events with people that I use my network essentially, and got them to talk to girls and offer them advice and things like that. And then as I was growing in my career, I started to just kind of like leverage that and use opportunities that I got to bring more girls in.
Next up was Q&A. We were given the opportunity to ask questions via the Slido app.
Don't go into every working relationship expecting it to work out because it just doesn't. Not all of them. Personalities are different, and if you're looking to work with talent specifically, if you're looking to manage influencers, you just have to accept that personalities is everything, and not everybody's are meant to vibe. So don't be upset if relationships don't work out. Focus on the ones that you do have a really great connection with. And also, I think that's probably the main bit of advice, is that personalities are not all meant to work out, and try and nurture the ones that do, being that this is a job of service. Like, your life is kind of committed to helping that person their career, and you can't force all relationships to be successful, so focus on the ones that genuinely feel right.
If you're a micro influencer, don't rush into approaching brands. Like, let your followers and your content speak for itself. Brands are going to approach you. I feel like it's very important right now to build your community. Followers is just followers at this point. Like, everyone got followers during the pandemic. Let's be real. That's what a lot of you lot got followers. Let me not say you lot. A lot of people got followers, and there's an assumption that I got followers, now I deserve money. But are your followers resonate with your content? Is your engagement there? Are your views there? Because you can have 20k followers, but then you've got 100k views on your stories. Sorry, but I get 100k views on my stories. Sorry. No, 100k, 100, but you've got to make sure your engagement is aligning with what you believe you deserve. And if you have a community and you stand for something, you're actually engaging with your followers, and you have a niche essentially, then it's gonna just roll off the back of that. Don't chase something that you haven't worked for yet.
I have something to add because there's quite a few questions about like how to be managed by us, etc. As Tina mentioned, there's loads of back management companies that are all really, really great. But we would discourage anyone who's a small influencer, unless you need management, unless there's a reason. Try it on your own first, as Tina said.
Or look for siblings or friends.
Friends can help you. Like, you need someone essentially just to answer your emails. That's the main thing for the beginning section. But we also have part of our influencer network. We have a network where you don't have to be exclusively managed by us. I think a lot of people think that we need to manage you exclusively. We don't. You don't need to be managed by anyone, really, truly. Especially if you're a micro-influencer. So look for agencies, whether it's us or another agency, that can welcome you into a network where there's no commitment, because you shouldn't, I would say, we all always say that you shouldn't join a management team that you don't know. Like, you don't know them from anywhere, you might not mesh well, so it's really important to join a network where there's no commitment and you can spend time learning about the agency, and they can be teaching you things. Hopefully there is something that they can offer you during that period, and then you can lead on to those conversations about being represented.
Now, if you know me well, you know I love food. The lunch part of the brunch wasn't that great, but at least it was something that I could eat. The samosas and the spring rolls were really the ones that were the icing on the cake.
Banana chocolate sorbet.
And how do you manage to balance everything, and how do you do it successfully, and how have you managed to get to a successful point?
My thing is asking for help. Like, first and foremost, if you feel like you can't do everything on your own, ask for help. I'm lucky enough that I do have a village, and I feel no way of being like, listen, I need a break. Like, can someone come and help? I'll give one of them to you, one of them to you, and then we can kind of just make it work. And I also don't feel any type of way of paying for help. So for me, for example, I have a nanny who comes in and looks after my kids, so that my husband can work, I can work, and stuff like that. We can just get things done accordingly, and then we can also just be able to build and do things that will just help our family to grow, and for just systems to just work in a smooth way, so you're not feeling like you're putting too much pressure onto your significant other or on family members too much, or just even yourself.
Just play the cards you're dealt with. Like, you just don't sit there and think, oh, single mom, life is over. Like, you just get on with it. And I think anyone here will say that when you have your child, it's your motivation, full stop, regardless of what it is. I have spent, I want to say, like, over a year where I didn't have my parents around, I didn't have a partner around. You know, I've just been promoted as a label manager, you know, and I'm the only female at my label. I'm working with men. My 24 hours is not the same as their 24 hours where they can do evenings, dinner, whatever. I have to leave at a certain time to pick up my son, and then after my son's in bed, continue my 24 hours, right? So yeah, it is hard. And I live very far away from my friends. And at the end of the day, I think I got to a point of my life when I realized that no one owes me anything. No one owes me help. No one owes me anything. So you just can't get upset about what you don't have. You just kind of have to focus with the tools that you do have to be great in every area that you want to be great in. Luckily for me, like, the friends that I have, they have been my friends for a very long time. We've seen each other grow through our industries that have now kind of like overlapped with each other. And I think even so with work-wise and stuff, you know, your reputation alone, you become respected, or you're doing great, you're meeting people naturally, people can relate to you, and you just build more relationships like that naturally. I don't feel like I've ever been in a situation where I've sought out friendships or sought out relationships. It just kind of like comes to you in your journey, and trust God.
Yeah, I also just to add, I feel like once you start that journey and you do have a child, that's bringing you a new group of like essentially people. So if you're like now going to classes, if you're going to like the classes of, I didn't go to any, like, you know, you do all them classes, how you're going to give birth and how you're going to raise your child. If you go them classes, you're going to meet people essentially on that journey, and hopefully that will bring you a new set of like support system of friends. And whatever you've been doing, you haven't tried everything, so there's other ways you can go into. But I get it, like the London crowd is a bit tough. I'm
There's loads of mummy groups, by the way, as well. Like when I was bored at home, I used to get, what was this app called Peanut? I think. There's like loads of mummy groups and loads of resources where, like, even though you feel like you're alone and you may be like the only person like looking for friends, whatever, there's loads of mums that also don't have a support system that are trying to build a community. It's just about like finding how, and like don't feel isolated. There are loads of people like that, and I feel like I was saying to my friend the other day, I feel like we've lost community. Just the way you're saying like our mums used to like drop to their aunties, whatever. We're just busy. We're all 24 hours trying to work and get the money and grind and stuff. But not everybody is like that, and there are loads of like mums or even women just like yourself that are looking for other women that you can seek out. So don't lose hope. I hope you do get to start your family, and there are loads of women that also want community, and I feel like you'll find them.
Also, just to add to that, I just want to say, in terms of you wanting to plan and like have a child, and you know it's just going to be, you feel like it's going to just be yourself and your partner. Plan. You know, if it's a thing where he's not working, you can have a baby while you go out to work, depending on what your job is. And also, most jobs, depending if it's like influencing or whatever it could be, they do like to have your child with you.
We've got benefit and canteen goodie bags. I just want to say thank you to our speakers again. Can we please clap for our speakers? They're all busy women, but they stay the whole day. Thank you guys. And just clap for yourselves as well for participating. Ryan, let's be on yourself. Ryan, let's be on yourself. And also just being here. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate how much people support Vamp as well. So good to have an amazing tribe and people who support you.
That is it for today's vlog. There was a lot more said, I can't lie, but I've noticed that you don't watch the speaking videos as much or for long. But I hope you caught a word or two, and I hope you're able to use it in your life. Shout out to the panelists, and a huge thank you to Vamp. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. I love you.